Today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful tree. It's a very glittery, as you can see, tree. It looks beautiful on the side, look at that. And I'm going to show you how to make this 100% from your ScanNCut. So you can actually make this in many different sizes. This one would be a beautiful not an ornament, but something just to hang around the house as a decoration piece. It's beautiful, it's very glittery, but you can use any kind of paper you want. But the tutorial today, I'm going to show you how to find this image on your ScanNCut and how to assemble this beautiful tree. Okay, this is what it looks like. Let me show you a little one just to give you an idea that you don't have to be stuck with the big one. And on your ScanNCut, that's the beauty of it. You can make a little tiny one like this, which will be like an ornament, or even much smaller than this. That's what it looks like, the little tiny one. So let me just put both of them together just to see the difference in size. See? One is much smaller than the other. And well, let's get to the tutorial. I'll show you the material you will need and how to put these beautiful trees together. So here is all the material you need. That's the paper I used. I'll show you last. You need something like this just to perforate your paper. Glue, instant glue, and I'll show you why you need this. You also need regular glue, whichever kind of glue you use for your paper. Clear fishing wire, which is great for this project because you need something transparent. Some beads, whatever beads you have. If you go to your craft store, you will find a lot of options, but it depends. The size of the bead will depend on the size of your tree. So let me just show you. On this tree here, I use the bigger ones that I had because it's a big one, right? It's a big tree. But on the little one, I use much smaller beads like this. So it will depend on the size of the tree you're building. So just get some beads, transparent ones or colorful ones, whatever you need and your heart desires, and of course paper. This is the paper that I used for this. It's beautiful. It's the Paper Studio. I just got it at my craft store, and it has some beautiful, all of them are glittery, but some of them have patterns like this, see? 2 sheets of each. Absolutely love this paper. I fell in love with, oh, look at these stripes. Wow. So I only use the solid ones, but I'm sure it will be beautiful if you use the ones with the patterns too. Polka dots, who doesn't like paper dots, right? Polka dots. So here it is. Here's the paper I used. Let's get to the tutorial. I'll show you how to assemble this tree. I absolutely love this big one. Look at that. See, I use this one here. This one. Yeah. So there you are. Let's go to the tutorial, okay? First thing we're going to do is to find the image. So you're going to click on pattern, and the image we're going to use is here. You're going to look for the snowflake, and they have 3 options here. I like this one because I think it's more sturdy. This one has a lot of holes, so it's kind of flimsy. I've tried it, and this one I don't think it looks so good, so we're going to use this one. And here's the thing. So it depends on the size of the tree that you're going to make. That's when you will decide. I already did some tests, so I know that the big one, I start with the larger one and then I go down. You're going to need 2 for each layer. So if you have 5, you're going to need 10. This one I'm going to do 7 layers because it's bigger and I think it looks better. And I already know that the largest one is 5. So that's what I'm going to do. So go to 5 inches. Don't worry about this because it will just go with it. So 5 inches is the largest one. So you're going to say, okay, fine, set. And what you're going to need to do now is you need 2 of each, right? So you're going to edit, object, edit, and you're going to click on this plus sign here. So you click on plus, and what you do is you're going to need 2, but then you need to do the next layer, so you need 1 extra, right? So always do 3 until the last phase. So you already have 2 here. Then this one's going to be actually smaller. So what you're going to do is you already have 2 5 inches, but you need this one, and you go down 1/4 of an inch each, okay? So this one needs to be 450, right? 4.5 inches. This one is 5, 4.5, and then you go 4, 3.5. So this one we're going to click here. That's where you change the size. So I know that this is going to be 4.5. It goes so fast. You have to be careful. See? So 4 and 450, right? So you can say okay, and then again you need 2 more because you're going to make another one. Let's just see if it's going to fit though. I don't think so because the paper is not big enough. But what you're going to do is, you know that you have 7, right? So first one is 5, 4.5, and then this one would be 4, but it doesn't fit. The other one would be 3.5. So I just want to use the paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the 3.5. I don't think it even fits. Let's see if it fits. The 3.5. Because I'm just trying to use all the paper I have. So yeah, it fits here. So I'm just going to get another one, just so I don't lose paper, because otherwise I'll never have anything to do with this paper again. So let me just move this a little bit to the left. I'm just trying to save paper, guys. This paper that I bought, a glitter paper, you know how expensive it is. It was like $2 each sheet. So okay, so let's get another. Wow, this, oh sorry, so we already have 2, right? 2, 2. Maybe I could get another one, but I'm not gonna mess with it. So we know that we have the 5, 4.5, and this one is 3.5. So we still need, so 3 layers. We still need 4 more layers, right, to complete 7. You know what, I am going to try to add 1 more because I only have 2 sheets of paper, and if I have 3 here, I'm not gonna get 4 on the other one. Let me just see if I can get a smaller one here. So this one I'm going to add again, because actually I'm gonna, no, yeah, just 2. Let's see if I can make this smaller. That's the size. So let's see if the 3 will fit. Okay, 3 doesn't fit, but 2.5 will. Okay, there. So I'm just going to add 1 more to make sure that I have everything. So right here, I'm just gonna put this a little bit up. Okay, let's see if this fits here. Just going to try to save the paper, but it's hard. I think here will be fine. Let's see. Yeah, and my paper goes all the way down, so it should be fine. Yeah. Okay, so let's cut the first, just again 5, and then this one is 4.5, this one was 3.5, and this one was, so if you don't know, you go here, 2.5. So we already have 3 layers there. 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. So we only need 2 more. Just keep going, doing okay. Okay, please select. We're going to cut. I don't think I have yeah, I've loaded my paper, and look how shiny the paper is. Let me show you. It's pure glitter. It's really pretty. So 4 minutes. I won't make you watch all of this, but I'll be back when it's done, okay? And I'm going to show you the process again. Click on patterns. It's going to be here with the Eiffel Tower. First one, and you're going to choose number ARA007. So that's the snowflake we want. So we had number 5 inches, 4.5. So we need to do one that is 4, because we did not do that one. So okay, fine, place it on the paper. Okay, set. So it's right there. What we're going to do now is click on it, edit, and we're going to object edit, and we're going to add 2 more, right? Because you always need 3. Fine, so you have 2 of the size you need, which is 4. I think it was 4.5, right? So I'm just going to move this here. So this one was 4. So we already have 5 inches, 4.5, 4, 3.5 we already did. The next one needs to be 3 inches. So you always go down for this size of, it depends on the size of your tree, but for this size, half an inch, half an inch, half an inch. So this one that we're going to do is 3. So we're going to click here to change the size. I'm going to go down to 3. You have to go really careful here because it goes so fast. Okay, so 1, that's fine. We're going to add 2 more because you always need 3. Going to place one here, another one maybe here, and this one now needs to be 2.5 inches. So all we need now is 1 2.5 and 1 2. So let's change the size, 2.5. Very careful. There you go. Okay. Again, we're going to add 2 more. And that's going to be the last one. So 2 inches is going to be the last one. We're going to change that size to 2 inches. Finding that's going to be so tiny. Okay, that's fine. We're going to add just 1 more because that's all we need. And again, I want to save this paper because this paper was very expensive, and I want to also make some ornaments, different ornaments. So I'm just gonna try to place as many as I can here. There you go. That's fine. This should come over here. This moves to the side. See, just try to save as much paper as you can, guys, because they're very expensive. There you go. So we're done. Okay, select, cut, and start. So there you are, my very glittery paper being cut. Let me show you. Look at that. Look how glittery that paper is. But ScanNCut, I was actually afraid that it was going to maybe not cut because it has glitter. But no, it did a good job. It did really, really well. So there it goes. I will be back when it's done, okay? There you go. So I'm just going to show you how to put this together once you have it already cut and from your machine. I'm going to put this away. So the one tip that I want to give you is I usually cut a piece of paper. It can be round, it can be square, whatever. And I place this inside and I glue it inside right on the center, because this actually helps it be sturdier here. Because I don't want, sometimes you put this together and it kind of turns sideways. So if you do this, it helps. So we're just gonna glue that first. It's just to give it a little bit more support. You press it inside. And then we're just going to put some glue here. You have to make sure that you get it on the edges here, the tips, so it doesn't keep opening up. If you don't spread the glue to the tip, it will keep opening up, and that doesn't look very nice because you're going to see the sides, right? So let's just make sure it gets enough glue everywhere on the tips here. You can use any kind of glue, but don't use those cheap like kids glue like Elmer's. That has a lot of water, and what happens is that your paper it's just not gonna look good. It actually becomes very flimsy, and there you go. See, and press the tips really hard. Just make sure everything is aligned. So when you use one of those very cheap glues, I like this one. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive. It's very affordable. I have other ones that I use that are very expensive. So make sure you get all of these well glued to each other, because you're going to see the sides, and see if you don't have it really well glued, you can see it opening like this. You don't want that. Oh my god, I always have stuff on my fingers. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm going to show you now how to make the hole. I actually made a mistake with some, like the big ones here. Let me show you the mistake I did. I used one of these hole punch, which is great for some things, but for these I actually would not do that again, because it's too big and it will make it a little bit flimsy like this. It will be hard to just stand straight like that because it's too big. So you have to find, and that's why I chose these, because they have a flat surface here and it's quite large. So the moment you attach to it, it helps it actually stay flat. So that's what you're gonna have to do if you make the mistake I made. So what I do is actually I use one of these, I don't know how you call this, I don't know, paper punch, maybe paper punches. Just find the middle, make sure it's aligned, the middle here, here, and here. This will be good. And you just make as little as you can, because I'm going to use those fishing wires, and they're very, very thin. So see the difference? Oh, this one is too big. But I found, thank God I found these big chunky, these are not crystals, but anyway, beads. Just find what these big beads, if it's a big one, then it helps. So let's assemble our tree. So I actually, just so you know, I changed to 0.4. That's not the one that I'm using anymore. So I changed to this one, 0.4, because what we're going to do is to double it up, and I will tell you why. So you just cut the length that you want, and that you want it to be, depending on the size. It all depends on the size of your tree. What you're going to do is, I'm going to use this. This is it's going to be in the bottom. So that one, I found these little things in my craft store, even though it looks metal, but it's actually not. It's in the, if you go to the jewelry department, you find all these things. So I'm going to use those, and maybe one of these. Let's see what it looks like. So you are going to insert just one side, the other one will be here. You just hold it and just put it, this is going to be at the end of your tree, right? But right here, just to help hold this crystal, which is actually plastic, I'm going to use one of these things. Just put it on the top like this, and that's what you do. So after you put this through, you're going to, from now on, you're going to use both all the time. Every time you use anything and you add anything to this, you're going to use both ends now like this. Oh, let me show you. Yeah. So from now on, it's always going to be double like this. See? So you pull it. See how nice it is? It's just going to stand. It makes it look much nicer, doesn't it? Look at that. So that's one. I think I'm going to add another crystal, but a little tiny one, because it will give a little bit of space between the end. I think I'm going to take this out of here just so you see better. See, I'm just working on the end of the tree. This looks really, really nice. Look. But you work with whatever you have. Now we're going to add the largest. See, and that's what I mean by this hole being too big. You don't need that big of a hole really for this. So, but this is going to work. This should work. So you pull it through, and you're going to add, to give stability, you add something big like this. Just find in your jewelry, your crafting store, jewelry department, they have all kinds of stuff. So see, it will help. What this does is it gives stability, and it will make this stay flat like that, because you don't want it to be torn like this to the side. It doesn't look good. So that's nice. Oh, I forgot to add something, because I decided to add these things. They make it look so much nicer. But instead of the right way, I mean, the way they use it is usually like this. I'm going to do the opposite, because by turning, you have the wider part stay on the paper like this, and it will give you even more stability. Ah, okay. And it makes it look really, really nice. Let me just show you the difference. You saw the first one. So here, and I'm going to add another one of these. Let me show you what it looks like. Look how beautiful this is. Let me get this out of here. I think this is getting in the way of you seeing it. There, see? So you see the end with this crystal, and this right here, see how wide it is, the end right here? So it holds the paper better than even the big crystal. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to add another one. Let's add another layer. Find the second bigger one, biggest one, which is this. And this is much better because I made the very tiny hole. It's harder to go in, but it will be much better when it comes to holding. So I'm going to prepare the middle again. So one of these, a big one. Oh, that's not a big one. Yeah, a big one, and another one of these. The wide part always facing the paper to give stability. So there you go. Let me show you what it looks like. Ah, what is this? Oh, it's dangling. Oh, there you go. Let me show this side, right? That's what it looks like. And you just keep going and putting it together. I'll come back when I'm done, okay? And I'll show you the tree ready to go. Here we are. I just finished assembling the tree, but I want to show you a tip on, look at this. Look how cute this is. It's beautiful. Let me show you this side. Look at this. It's really beautiful. So let me show you how to, sometimes you have a hard time when you use these wires to get the knot where you want it, right at the end. So what you do is tie a knot wherever you want. See right here. You can use a needle. I'm just going to use this, but you can use a needle if you want. You just place it inside the knot like this. Let me show you sideways. Yeah. So you just place it inside the knot, hold it and pull it down. Pull it down to the end, you see? You just keep pulling it down and it will go where you want, okay? And especially if it's a thick one, you're going to need to maybe use some glue. So what I do, just to make sure that the knot will stay there and not come apart, use a little bit of glue. So one of those instant glues, these are actually the best. So you just put a little bit of glue here And oh, sorry about that noise, guys. So there you go. That should help it stay. Oh, this is so noisy here today. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so that's it. It's finished. And then you can actually add, I think I'm going to add something here, like one of these crystals that I have, or you just tie a knot at the end. It depends on how long you want it to be. But here it is, our beautiful tree made of snowflakes, very glittery, very jewelry-like with all these crystals. Let me show you sideways again. And I'm going to show you, remember the green one? I'm gonna go get the green one too. Here is the green one, very cute too, little tiny one. You can make these as little as you want, really. It depends on what you're looking for. If it's going to be a big tree to hang on your wall, or if it's going to be something like this, that will actually be an ornament. You can make it much smaller than this one, really. You just choose the size that you want. So here are the two trees together. It's hard to see them like this, so let me just show you one. That's one, and that's the little tiny one. There you go, together. I hope you learned a lot today. You had fun. Build your trees, make your ornaments, and thank you so much for being here and spending your time with me. I'll see you later on my next video.